Hello. So, I definitely want to discuss this subject. This subject is something really personal to me about forgiveness. So, the reason why I say the subject is really personal is because I'm currently, well, not even dealing with my family anymore. I pretty much stopped talking to most of my family. The only person I talk to is my mom, and there's reasons for that. I'm pretty sure I explained it in another video. So basically, if you have not seen the other video, I'm gonna just explain it. How my family is made up of basically closed-minded, judgmental people, boomers, retired, judgmental of the younger, or they are younger and still closed-minded and judgmental. So yeah, that's how my family is basically made up, which is why I don't talk to them. So I want to talk about forgiveness because my rule number one, actually now more than ever, don't let anybody tell you when you should forgive somebody. Please don't let anybody tell you that. If you are still hurt, focus on that. Like, as in, focus in overcoming that. Don't let it rule your life. But don't let somebody who hasn't even been wronged by anyone or has been wrong and they chose to forgive, they forgive easily or whatever. But please don't let them tell you when you should forgive or make you, another thing, don't feel like you have to provide an explanation to anybody over anything. I'm being so serious. Because at the end of the day, you're still hurt for a specific reason. Your feelings are still valid. Whether anybody else wants to believe that or not, it does not matter because guess what? They're not the ones that had to deal with it though, you know? And I notice that it's always the people who do not have to deal with certain things are the main ones with opinions. You see what I'm saying? Like if you've never been wronged before or you're the type that's been wronged but you forgive really easily, don't tell the person who can't forgive easily, who's currently working on her mental health. Okay, don't tell me to forgive somebody, especially if you see me single-handedly be disrespected. That's a big one for me because in my situation, you know the reasons why I don't talk to my family. I've been disrespected by my own family a lot, and which causes me to act the way I do now, which is why I say I am breaking generational curses. I'm very spiritual, very religious. I'm a very positive person. I definitely am a realist, though. I really, obviously try to look at the positive situation, but it's like you gotta be real. When you disrespect somebody who has done nothing to you, you are wrong. Point blank, period. You could try to sugarcoat it any way you want. You're still wrong. So, trying to justify that, it's just gonna make you look stupider. More stupider. But yeah. And another thing, forgive the person not for them, but for you. That one's a really big one for me. That's actually something I'm really serious about because it's really for your mental health. Don't forgive that person because that person wants to forgive you. I honestly don't care how many times they beg. I don't care how many times they go to your friends or your family saying, "Oh, I wish I hang out with this person again. I remember that time when we had so many memories and whatever, whatever, whatever." But at the end of the day, forgive that person for your mental health. This is allowing you to work on your mental health because you're releasing all the hurt and all the pain and all the stress that person caused you. All the energy that they drained, you're getting that back. You're getting your power back. Doesn't matter how many times they beg. I really don't care how many times they beg. Don't care. what the situation is. Yes, if you, I know, some people are like, oh, well, if you have kids with that person, it's different. But I'm like, let's be real though, okay? If you, let's say get wronged by your man or your woman or whatever, and you have kids by that person, who are you hurting more by forgiving that person, letting that person back into you and your child's life? Are you hurting yourself and your child, or are you hurting them? You're not hurting them at all, because at the end of the day, they got what they wanted. They got back in like they wanted. Especially if it's a toxic energy, they got back in. That's all they wanted. You didn't win at the end of the day, is what I'm saying. What is what I'm saying. I understand like working on things and forgiving that person, but at the end of the day, if you are constantly fighting in front of your child and stuff like that, like if it's that type of situation, you're really hurting your kid. Your kid sees that whenever they grow up too. And then they end up like me. See mommy and daddy fighting, and then you end up like this. The girl seeing that, you end up being the child that had to grow up watching a toxic relationship. So guess what? Guess what you're going to look for whenever you grow older? A toxic, abusive relationship. Because that's all you've seen. So you think, oh, well, this is right. This is what I'm supposed to have. This is how I'm supposed to be treated. Because that's how mommy was okay with it. So why wouldn't I be okay with it? Why wouldn't I be, so upset if a man put his hands on me? Why not? Why would I be so mad if a guy cheats on me? Why not? Mommy was okay with it. It must have been okay. You see what I'm saying? Now that's messing up not only your physical but your mental health. Like you have to do what they call breaking generational curses, where you see bad things are happening from each generation, where they just pick up bad men, or basically allowing toxic people into their life but not doing anything about it. And you finally grow up and see, oh, that's wrong. I'm not supposed to be going through that in my life. I'm supposed to live a good life. Why am I allowing this to happen? Oh, well, and then you start looking at your childhood, and that's what they call childhood trauma. You have childhood wounds. You start looking at your childhood. Well, why do I act like this? And then you look at the source, which is your mom and dad. That's why they say everything starts at home. Everything starts at home. Even the rich kids that you see that are living the good life or whatever, they are spoiled. And they grow up most likely to be assholes. But everything starts at home. Or you could be the good rich parent and teach your kid how to work for money instead of just handing it to him because you're a millionaire. Builds character. That way the kid still knows what work is, and they're still humble. You know what I'm saying? But yes, in regards to forgiveness, just do what you feel like doing. If you want to forgive that person but still not allow them in your life, that's absolutely fine. Don't let anybody try to force somebody in your life. Ever. Just like, like I said, in my situation, my own family disrespects me. I can forgive them, keep them at a distance. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to go back to what y'all did. Oh, well, we can go back to hanging out and talking every day like we used to. No, you hurt me. Why would you think you have access to me like that again? Because maybe I made the mistake of thinking that you had the chance to do that again. And that's where accountability comes in, because then that's your fault. Don't allow people to have access to you, especially if they don't deserve it. That's all I have to say. Bye.